Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you two. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you.
The Chicago Sky is better without Angel.
Angel Reese has just arrived in Chicago, and already ESPN is labeling her a future bench warmer. The nerve. As the Sky gears up for a strong season, critics claim Angel's moment is fading fast. Meanwhile, Coach Stephanie White is drawing up, plays like basketball's version of Gordon Ramsay. Is Reese being strategically sidelined, or is ESPN just throwing shade? Let's dive into the noise, challenge the takes, and uncover whether Angel's truly struggling or simply owning the eats moment while bruising some fragile egos. The only question is, will she silence the critics or warm the bench?
I've said I initially thought the Chicago Sky were going to be terrible. But there's things I've seen that I like, frankly. I think Tyler Marsh, I think he's going to be a better coach. I think they're going to look more fluid on offense. I think I've done a couple of different videos on Angel Reese's new modified role in the offense that we found out she's going to have. They're going to play her more away from the basket. I also said it's going to be very...
Here we go again. ESPN's annual Hot Take Olympics are in full swing, and this time, Angel Reese is center stage. Yes, the very same Angel Reese who carried her college squad to a national championship, ruled the glass, and broke rookie records in the WNBA. While others still fumble with basic box outs, the media's already writing her off, calling her a bench warmer before she's even unpacked. Stick around to see if Reese puts the haters in check, or if the wild takes keep piling up.
Okay, ESPN just released a list of their predictions, okay? But Angel Reese has been ranked dead last.
But according to ESPN's latest hot take, now that the Chicago Sky is shaping up into a real contender, Angel Reese is somehow set to disappear. Vanish like a missed foul call in a Caitlin Clark highlight. Apparently, winning games equals losing visibility for Reese. ESPN's logic? Stronger teams mean less spotlight for key players. Instead of celebrating team success, they claim it's a downgrade for Reese. Teamwork makes the dream work? Not at ESPN. There, it's teamwork makes Angel Reese irrelevant. Just another example of how fast the media turns on rising stars.
The Bayou Barbie has been humbled again.
Let's dissect this so-called expert opinion. The claim that with Chicago adding talented scorers and boosting their offense, Angel Reese will no longer have access to easy rebounds and layups, as if rebounding is just standing around and hoping for the best, ignoring the skills that actually matter: timing, toughness, anticipation, and understanding the flow of the game. According to this flawed logic, rebounding takes no effort or intelligence. This dismissive view erases what truly makes Reese a powerhouse in the paint.
That offense that they ran yesterday against Minnesota is an offense that completely eliminates her impact. It eliminates her offensively, and it eliminates her grabbing rebounds. It eliminates her game.
And here's the real comedy. Some folks genuinely believe Angel Reese only made the Sky roster because of Caitlin Clark. The reasoning? Flawless sarcasm. Apparently, a 6'3" forward who led college basketball in double-doubles, dominated physically, and made an instant impact in the pros wouldn't even be here without Clark's shadow. Her 13.1 rebounds per game. Clearly just a lucky accident, not evidence of grit and elite skill. This absurd take tries to erase her hard-earned success, chalking it up to a baseless narrative rather than giving her the respect she's earned.
Basketball player, but when you start having a lack of shots or a lack of missed shots, the offensive rebound.
And now it gets even funnier. Apparently, the big fear is that as the sky improves, Angel Reese's numbers might slightly dip. Maybe her rebounds drop from 13 to 10, and her points from 13 to 11. Tragic, right? Cue the dramatic music. The idea of Reese only grabbing 10 boards? Devastating. Meanwhile, basketball minds like Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White are scheming nonstop to keep Reese off the glass. But sure, let's pretend she's disappearing. White's game planning. Like Reese is Dennis Rodman reincarnated, yet ESPN still pushes a decline narrative. And the kicker? Some fans genuinely think the Sky would thrive more with Angel on the bench. Because yes, clearly the solution to Chicago's problems with size and toughness is to sideline the league's most productive rookie rebounder. These same fans probably think defense is optional and pepper is too spicy. It's wild how far people will stretch to ignore Reese's undeniable impact on the court.
And now, with her popularity and drawing power rapidly declining, Angel Reese is being humbled by the same media that gave her this false bravado.
Now let's tackle this no work ethic claim. Because nothing says lazy like training all off-season with Lisa Leslie. That's right, Angel Reese wasn't vacationing on a yacht sipping smoothies. She was in the gym, grinding with a Hall of Famer, working on the one flaw everyone kept pointing out, her finishing, especially her layups. Yet the media still wants to call her lazy. It's laughable. People act like she just tosses on a jersey and hopes for the best. Let's not forget, she entered the league with more pressure than most rookies ever face. Since that now iconic ring celebration in college, she's been a favorite target. But instead of crumbling, she pushed through, shattering rookie records for consecutive double-doubles while being over-scrutinized by refs, analysts, and fans alike. And now ESPN, the same outlet that built her brand with viral content, wants to declare her washed at 22? The double standard is glaring. A confident black woman who refuses to shrink back becomes a distraction, and suddenly dominance is overrated. Reese's grind is real, and it's time people stop ignoring it just because she refuses to quiet her presence.
I actually like some of the stuff I've seen out of their coach so far. She's having to modify an offensive role. They're moving her out away from the basket. She's continuing to miss shots up close. Her field goal percentage still isn't good. She had some nice assists the other day. But you also run the risk of devaluing her rebounds. And look, her fans are going to get very loud if she's not putting up those double-doubles.
Yes, visibility matters in the WNBA. And Angel Reese has it, for better or worse. But let's be clear, that visibility doesn't win games. Just because she goes viral on Instagram doesn't mean her place in the starting five is guaranteed. If Chicago's focus shifts toward strictly winning, her role might need adjustment. Maybe the flashy rebounds slow down. Maybe the spotlight is shared with teammates who play with pure grit instead of a highlight reel mindset. And let's face it, if her stats start dipping, that's not necessarily maturity. It could be regression dressed up as growth. Sure, she'll still have her moments, but the double-doubles might turn into single digits. And that won't mean she's evolving. It'll mean the league has caught on. Reese is fierce, skilled, and driven, but sometimes it feels like she's chasing clout more than championships. So, no, she's not going anywhere. But whether that's good news or not depends on what version of Angel shows up, the competitor or the brand.
Angel Reese goes the first two preseason games, and then this most recent preseason game Well, the highlight take from this most recent preseason game is awfully reminiscent to the Angel Reese that we saw all last season.
Let's be real. If the sky gets better and Angel Reese's stats take a small dip, that's actually progress. It means she's no longer carrying the team solo, and others are finally stepping up. That's what real team basketball looks like: unity, not stat padding. ESPN could use a refresher on how team sports work. Maybe a weekend youth league game would help. So the next time someone says Angel's fading, just smile and wait. The next highlight's coming: a monster, rebound, a slick block, or a hustle play that reminds everyone she's still here. She's not fading, that's not in her DNA. Whether her stats scream or whisper, her presence is always loud. The critics can dream of her decline all they want, but Angel Reese isn't stepping aside. She's just warming up. And if ESPN keeps betting against her, they'll just become the background noise in her next viral moment.
ESPN, one of their analysts, has came right out, and it's hilarious to see ESPN try to cover themselves, try to insulate themselves, because they know they're going to get backlash from this statement, all right? It's a sound statement until the very end of it, all right? It's a sound statement till we get to the very end of it. Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese is expected to remain a double-double machine in 2025. No, she isn't. That's not.
And let's finally clear up the nonsense that Angel Reese somehow rode Caitlin Clark's fame into the league. As if the WNBA is a social media contest, not a professional sport where talent is the currency. This bizarre narrative says Reese only got drafted because of the rivalry hype. Really? The same Angel Reese, who averaged a double-double in college, broke records at LSU, and helped deliver one of the highest-rated NCAA women's games ever? Apparently, none of that counts without Clark being in the picture. According to this theory, without Caitlin, Reese would be making smoothies or giving motivational talks at high schools. It's laughable and insulting. This isn't a gossip column. It's professional basketball. Reese earned her place with grit, skill, and relentless effort. Reducing her achievements to a media-fueled feud is just lazy reporting that ignores her actual game.
Caitlin Clark has done the impossible. She has elevated the WNBA into the mainstream. She has turned this rancid dump into a pop.
Some critics act like Angel Reese was gifted her WNBA jersey in a cereal box, like she won a contest for Best Viral Moment and got a Sky uniform as a prize. The subtext? That she somehow didn't earn her spot the hard way. But let's set the record straight. Long before that side-eye with Caitlin Clark went viral, Angel Reese had million-dollar NIL deals, packed college arenas, and sold more merch than some entire teams. She was the face of LSU and a national powerhouse on her own merit. Still, the narrative gets flipped, like Caitlin Clark's stardom magically created Reese's success. It's laughable and exhausting. Reese is held to a completely different standard. Clark takes a hard foul, and it's a national crisis. Reese gets shoved, and it's just part of the game. Clark talks trash, and it's competitive fire. Reese does it, and suddenly, it's lack of class. The hypocrisy is so loud, it drowns out logic. And the racial double standard? It's not subtle. It's blaring, it's consistent, and it's infuriating.
She talked about sold-out arenas. What arenas are selling out that Caitlin Clark isn't playing in? I need to know. I need to know. But the Las Vegas Aces... No, the Las Vegas Aces sell out their season tickets. Tell me somebody who's selling out every damn place they go that's not named Caitlin.
And speaking of loud, let's talk about how Reese's actual game gets ignored by the same people questioning her hustle. These critics say she lacks polish or drive, but they're missing the fact that she's throwing herself on the floor for loose balls and dominating the paint like a veteran. She boxes out with purpose, crashes the glass with ferocity, and makes every possession count. Because for WNBA rookies, every minute is earned. And the Sky? They benefit every time. She hits the floor. Opposing teams literally scheme to keep her off the boards. She's shifting defensive priorities and drawing double teams. As a rookie, yet we hear the tired excuse. Her rebounds might dip as she moves into more scoring. And that's called developing. She's becoming a bigger threat, not a smaller one. A mid-range jumper? In progress. A three-point shot. Coming soon. The only people terrified of her evolution are the ones who never believed in her to begin with. But Reese, she's not asking for permission. She's earning her place game by game.
Number 6 for the season. My number 6 prediction is the Chicago Sky. It is my preview, and we are going to have the Chicago Sky at number 6. And I know a lot of people are going to say, Mick, you're...
Let's be clear. Angel Reese isn't just a glass cleaner. She's a complete competitor. On defense, she's locked in. In the locker room, she leads with grit. And on the court, she plays like she's got something to prove. Because she does. Critics love to act like her game will fade with time, as if she's riding some temporary wave of fame. But they're missing what real growth looks like. Stars don't disappear when stats dip. They evolve. They trade raw numbers for efficiency, for smarter shot selection, for smarter play. Reese doesn't need 14 rebounds a night to matter. If she's grabbing 9, dishing 4 assists, and locking down opponents in crunch time, that's called leveling up. But those rooting for her failure act like it's a team sport, celebrating every missed shot like it validates their bias. What they don't realize? Reese thrives on that noise. It fuels her. And she's turning that pressure into progress.
If she is used in this offense in the manner that Tyler Marsh wants her to be used, those rebounding numbers will drop. All right? The offensive rebounds are going to go down.
Here's what this all really boils down to. Comfort zones and coded expectations. The moment Angel Reese walked into the league unapologetically herself, confident, loud, unfiltered, the clock started ticking. The media began waiting for the inevitable misstep. And when it comes, they pounce. One eye roll becomes a disrespectful attitude. A smile after a block? Bad sportsmanship. A confident answer in a press conference? Hard to coach. The bar keeps moving, and Reese keeps pushing back. She's not here to play the role of the docile, camera-friendly rookie. She's here to dominate, speak her truth, and shift the culture. And that's what makes people uncomfortable. She's not the safe star. She's not the quiet superstar some execs hoped for. She's messy, passionate, intense, and undeniably gifted. The discomfort isn't about her play. It's about what she represents. A shift in power, image, and expectations.
If I'm a Chicago Sky fan, I'm frustrated.
So let ESPN keep spinning their predictions and let social media analysts type up their "Reese is overrated" threads. Because while they're talking, Angel's building a resume that speaks louder than any headline. She's not fading. She's climbing to the playoffs, to endorsement deals, to the All-Star game. And when she gets there, don't expect a polite smile and a thank you. Expect a flex, a stare down, a mic drop. Because that's who she is. A player who's not just surviving the league, but redefining what dominance looks like. Angel Reese isn't shrinking to fit anyone's box. She's tearing the box up and using it as fuel. Like it or not, the WNBA has entered the Angel Reese era. And this is just the beginning. So, go ahead, doubt her. She's counting on it.